What is good, Tsla family? It's Rey-Jay back with another video, and in this one I want to break down what's going on with the overall market, what you should be watching for moving forward. I'm also going to talk about some big pieces of news coming out for Tesla, as Tesla has some new price cuts that came out. We have some new news that came out involving some new downgrades by other institutions and other analysts, and also some new updates from the FSD beta. Before breaking anything down about all this information, though, before I talk about any updates from Tesla, what's going on with all these different pieces of news, now the share price is looking, let me just mention a couple of things. I am personally not a financial planner, so take nothing I say as financial advice. And also, if you guys can, please check out the Weeble link. The offer ends very soon. If you deposit any amount of money into the account, you are guaranteed up to 12 free stocks. Don't forget the offer ends in 2 days. Check it out before they run out. Anyways, let's talk about the technicals very, very briefly. On the 4-hour charts, Tesla looks bullish with a bullish divergence and a potential crossover on the PPO. I think Tesla's going to be heading for 250 to 252 very, very soon. And once we break that, if we get above 252.5, Tesla has the potential to push up to 258 to 260. So 260 could be coming. The 260 range could be coming if we get above 252.5, and I think there's a good chance we're going to do that. First, let's get to 250, and I think Tesla's going to be heading there as soon as tomorrow. On SPY, we have a bullish divergence. We also have this very, very nice looking setup that developed on it. I think we're going to be approaching 434, and then after that, we have the gap resistance at 435. Above that, we have 438 to fill the gap if we end up doing that. But we look more bullish overall. I think that there's a good chance of this trying to push up to at least 434 very soon, leaning more in favor of the bulls as of right now. Now, remember, I'm just saying this for the short term, just temporarily. I'm in favor of the bulls based off the current setups. I could change my opinion depending on any pieces of news or if something happens like next week, there's a new catalyst. Right now, however, we're looking more bullish. It looks like the market's going to see some upside. I want to be as clear as possible on that. So Aapl looks more bullish, by the way. If we get above this 50 EMA, we're going to likely see this thing push for 177 plus. We're trying to push up. We're getting rejected so far. Let's see if this could break or not. The QQQ looks more bullish as well. If you look at the 4-hour chart, when we're watching 361, if you break above that, 362.5 is a possibility. Overall, we're looking more bullish with this bullish divergence. I'm leaning in that direction. I think Aapl and Tesla and Nvda are going to help push the QQQ up. This could also affect SPY. Nvidia looks more bullish. We have a nice inverse head and shoulder structure, and we watch this thing push for 431 to 433 very soon over the next few days. It looks more bullish in my opinion. Last but not least, the VIX. I just want to call out one last thing. The VIX has a triple bearish divergence on the 30 minutes time frame. If you just zoom out, you guys can see a triple bearish divergence. This could start sinking towards the very low 16s because the market may start seeing some upside. Anyways, that's enough about the market. I want to now talk about the news affecting Tesla because that's going to be very telling and very, very important. Tesla is offering more price cuts for the Model 3 ahead of the new debut of the new updated model. And this is very, very important, right? They're trying to, quote unquote, pull the trigger. Now, what does this mean? In essence, we saw Tesla essentially give us some price cuts for the Model 3 as much as $2,500 to $3,000 earlier this year. But in the latest round of discounts, we're actually seeing more cuts by over $4,000 in total, especially for one of the different variants of the Model 3. And for others, more than $5,000 for the long-range model. Now, this is according to Inside EVs, and it's not really a big surprise for me. It does concern me for their margins, at least for the short term, but Tesla could be doing this to try to get their inventories down and to simultaneously get lots of sales for the end of the quarter. So that's nothing out of the ordinary. If you look at Tesla's inventory levels, by the way, you will see down here, inventories are dropping because sales are going up. They're selling these cars like crazy. And that's a good sign for Tesla so far. Now, there's this news asking, could Tesla be a $1 trillion company by 2024? I think that depends on so many different factors, from the recession to how Tesla does for deliveries and etc. I do anticipate that there could be some hurdles for the next quarter and then, Q4 and maybe even early 2024. But with the Cybertruck coming out and all these different factors, I think, Tesla's going to try to offset many of those hurdles. I think that Tesla's going to have an insane growth in 2024. I think it's going to be a very strong year for them, especially thanks to the new gigafactories coming out. So I do believe that Tesla has the potential for insane upside for 2024. Could it be a $1 trillion company? I think the answer is yes. I think Tesla could achieve it. I would not rule that out. It's going to be difficult, but I would not rule out the possibility for Tesla because we just have to see how different factors play out, especially macroeconomic factors. And until then, there's still so much potential for the company with the growth coming. So I do believe it's possible towards the later part of 2024. I would not rule it out. And I just think that it's most definitely in line to be worth over $1 trillion. I think it has the potential to do so. To add on to this, I just want to mention that Tesla has a lot of valuation. There's going to be a lot of talk about the robo taxi, lots of developments, and I still think that Tesla's ambitions, their goals, are still going to be met. I think it has the potential for 2024, and I think that we have some very, very good upside coming. For the shorter term or medium term, there could be downsides still because of like if they end up missing on earnings or something like that. If earnings aren't the strongest, for example, or the margins aren't as great, yes, there are some risks, but for 2024 towards the end, I think it's going to become very strong, and I think Tesla still has insane upside. For the end of this year, Tesla is likely going to still be very strong thanks to the Cybertruck and the entire market. And I will talk more about that in the future. So I do believe it's going to be worth over $1 trillion in 2024. I think it's very probable, but I am going to be very prepared to look at different factors. Now, Wall Street is not expecting a new delivery record for the third quarter because of some changes in their delivery data, especially in China. We actually saw them undercut over there to some extent going into last week. So right here, they changed that the overall consensus is that Tesla will deliver about 461,000 vehicles, down 2% versus the late July estimate. If that's the case, I mean, it really depends on to what extent Tesla beats or misses. I believe Tesla's still going to do well, and I think that there could be some slowdowns here and there, but it's going to be much stronger by the time the Cybertruck comes out. There's also this news that came out that Guggenheim are giving Tesla a sell rating again. They maintained it, which is once again not the best of news. This is because of what they see coming for Tesla's deliveries. They're predicting that they're going to do only 445,000 deliveries, well below the consensus. Honestly, guys, I'm not going to make any predictions on this. We'll have to just wait and see how it goes, just to be open-minded. But if they're correct, that's going to be bearish news, and they could be correct. But at the same time, you never know. So just there's so many analysts that say that Tesla will miss over and over again. They ended up beating. So don't really take this way too seriously. Don't say they're going to be correct with certainty. We will know once we know. We will know when the data comes out. So don't worry way too much about this. Just know that Guggenheim is saying this based off their data. So it is a possibility. But nothing is guaranteed, and we just have to be very patient. Tesla also plans to triple its Austin worker count to 60,000 once the Cybertruck production is underway. That's good news for them. More workers can put their brains together and continue to expand during the growth phase. Now, that's once again very important about Tesla, because when they're trying to employ more and more people, this is going to help make it more achievable for them to meet their goals and continue to grow. And I'm very excited to see how this is going to affect them moving forward. They only have about 20,000 employees, which is much less than that. But at the same time, it's also a lot, right? If you think about it. So I'm very excited about this. I was actually driving down the road not too long ago, and I actually saw a Cybertruck. It was pretty awesome to have witnessed. Very, very cool. It looked very large. It was something just, very out of the ordinary. It looked like something I saw from a Star Wars film or something like that. It looked really cool. So honestly, guys, I mean, I'm very excited about this. I think this is going to be a major bullish catalyst for Tesla, and I think we're going to see a lot more reservations once they finally start to officially drive on the roads on a very regular basis. So I'm very excited. Can't wait for what the future holds, and we will see how time progresses. Finally, guys, I did go over these already. I just wanted to remind you all about some new updates that came out for the FSD and their software. Both of them had updates. So we have improved autopilot visuals. These look a lot better than before. Better looking camera angles, service mode release notes have come out, better camera clarity, and just things like that, which are very, very good for them. New volume looking indicators, which actually looks more horizontal, so it's pretty nice. And it looks pretty cool, right? Very awesome to see these updates that came out. Also right here, they have a different cabin camera. The FSD beta is a little bit different. Some controls are different. And besides that, I mean, I think I went over the majority of these over the last few days. So that's pretty much it, guys. You can refresh your data with using sharing settings, and track mode is there. I already talked about these. So awesome stuff. I can't wait for what the future holds. And I just thank you all so much for listening. Have a great day. Remain calm, cool, and collected. I'll see you guys tomorrow for the next video. I do anticipate some upside for Tesla in the markets, so I'll see you all very, very soon. Thank you, and peace out.